extremely well.
So there we are. Right, here we go then. And it's 3-4, no wicket. Yorkshire batting, and it's Gladstone small bowling to Boycott.
Away from Andy Lloyd there at second slip. There's a good delivery from Gladstone Small. It looked from here as though it cut away from Boycott, who seems to be having a problem with that left foot. Got it, the second attempt. Andy Lloyd. Richard Lum has gone. Caught Lloyd ball, Gladstone Small. First blood to Warwickshire with just 6 on the board for Yorkshire.
Now, see how this happened. It's just a little bit of bounce and came onto him a little bit quicker. Then Andy Lloyd, he's missed it there, and he's done well actually to keep his balance and take it to the second attempt. But it's a nice picture there, capturing all the action that happened.
Wonderful athlete, he got him off the mark. The man who took that catch, Andy Lloyd, at second slip. Boycott facing modest. Out, must be out. And fortunately for Geoffrey Boycott, I got it wrong there because it's Bill Athy wearing the sleeveless sweater, who is LBW, and that was as plumb as anything you could wish to see. Bob Willis hasn't often got anything up in the batsman's half this morning, but that was a very good delivery.
Yes, he'd got Bill Athy on the back foot. That ball was a little bit further up than he thought. Just moved in enough to beat the inside edge of the bat. I know Bill Athy will be terribly disappointed.
That's a real creeper. I think we're looking from behind here. It looked as though it ran underneath Geoffrey Boycott's bat. Might just brush the bottom edge.
Chris Lethbridge, nicknamed Arthur. I think we'll stick to Chris for today's play. Well, there's his first bad luck of the day. In Chris Lethbridge's first over, he found the edge of Jeff Boycott's bat. There are the dark clouds, which are moving quite quickly across Edgbaston. Nicely timed. Really rushing away there to the boundary square on the offside. Fine shot by Jeff Boycott. Rain is falling pretty hard here at Edgbaston. We're in the 16th over, so we saw some interesting Warwickshire fielders. Ferreira to Jim Love. Second slip, that's out. A good low catch. And Lloyd again the catcher.
The break in play has certainly rebounded to Warwickshire's advantage. Jim Love's concentration, I dare say, disturbed.
quite mean that, but it's gone quickly enough around the onside. Really raced away there down to that far boundary. Good placement. Bob Willis has to field, going away from mid-on. And a wet area down there in the far corner of the ground. Could be trouble here at Boycott's end. Well, there's certainly a few words being exchanged. Nicely placed by Jeff Boycott. Piece of fielding down there by Anton Ferreira. Have to be quick here. Must be out. Boycott called, Hartley was on the way, but that was brilliant work from Kalicharan. He knew it was on, and he was racing in even as the batsman started for the single. A wasted wicket, that.
And this is how it happened. Jeff Boycott just pushed and set off, and Hartley responded. And his head down, and he's a bit quick between the wickets, is Hartley, but not quick enough this time. I must admit that the running between Hartley and Boycott has left a little bit to be desired.
Beautiful time. The outfield's a little slow because of the rain, but even so, that fairly raced away out there to deep cover. Good cricket there, a good throw from Andy Lloyd, who already has taken 2 catches in this Yorkshire innings.
And Graham Stevenson, who's come in ahead of what is printed on the batting list, forced Bob Willis to bring Gladstone Small back. Got like that. Andy Lloyd after it. My word, how well he's fielded this morning, that young man. 2 catches. He's fielded well, but it looks as though they're going to run 4 anyway. But that was a great effort by Andy Lloyd. Caught 2 very good catches at second slip. And in the outfield, he's already saved 4 or 5 runs as well. I wouldn't say that is the most orthodox shot I've ever seen, but that's the way Graham Stevenson plays. And believe me, when he hits it, he hits it. Little slant down the short side, he picked it up second bounce for 4. And he's gone for it once too often. Crossed the line, and the middle stump has gone. And that's Yorkshire's 5th wicket. And Graham Stevenson banging his bat on the floor. Not very pleased about that. But credit to the bowler. He carried on bowling straight. It was obvious what Graham Stevenson's intentions were when he came in.
Nicely played, well placed. Alvin Kalacharan trying to pin down David Bairstow on leg stump, but that one a little bit too wide and swept away.
Another a mix-up in the running there. The youngsters watching the game. The ball goes behind the batsman taking strike. It is up to the opposing batsman to call. Jeff Boycott did.
Typical of Yorkshire running over the last few overs since Bairstow has joined Boycott, finding the half gap, picking up the single. Change of bowling. Anton Ferreira. Well, just see that outfield run so quickly in spite of overnight rain. Obviously, the 3 acres of cover has done its job here, quickened the outfield and brings Jeff Boycott a well-deserved half-century.
This time, that's a very fine half-century by Jeff Boycott. Played very well indeed. And there's no way, there it is on the board hit one, there's no way Jim Ferreira's can bowl there to Geoffrey Boycott.
He's out, he's gone. Jeff Boycott shuffling across, trying to play that favourite nudge again. And look at the congratulations for Anton Ferreira. It's his second wicket, but it's a mighty wicket, that of Geoffrey Boycott.
Boycott going in a very fine half-century. Not looking very pleased with that at all.
There's the lucky man, Anton Ferreira. Nicely placed and quickly off the mark by Phil Carrick.
Those 2 runs bring up the 100 for Yorkshire, but it's 100 for 6. 101, in fact.
Anton Ferreira. Well, that's the first time that you could say Ferreira's been expensive. Oh, it was a wide one, and David Bairstow did well to pick it up. Alvin Kalachran is trying to bowl down leg side. David Bairstow did even better to reach it with a elongated sweep shot. Walter Bairstow. Oh, nicely placed. Oh, what a marvellous bit of fielding.
Phil Oliver, marvellous stop on the boundary.
That really has been the spirit of Warwickshire's fielding here today. It's a young and rather inexperienced bowling attack, but it's been wonderfully supported by most agile fielding. It's high. Smith runs under it, or rather alongside it. Doesn't quite make it. That's out. More than get away with it. Alvin Kalachran has taken the wicket of Phil Carrick, who was going well with 33 runs to his name. And it's time for the Warwickshire supporters to put their hands together.
Yes, that one definitely held up and pitched something like middle, hitting middle.
got him coming up 2 there to David Smith. That's the spot for the batsman to push the ball on the offside. Thankfully, we've had most of the day free of rain here. Just a short delay when the players were off the field, and then Jim Love's wicket went to this man on the first ball after the interval. And he's done it again. Good spell from Anton Ferreira, his 3rd wicket, at a cost of 27, and it's 166 for 8 now.
And that one's got through the gate. Arnie side bottom, rather indecisive shot, and you can see there the ball is through the gate, hit the off stump. Yorkshire now 166 for 8, and the game tilts slightly back towards Warwickshire. Fine spell by Anton Ferreira. Good shot.
The outfield here, considering the amount of rain that fell, the outfield is remarkably fast. It's a credit to the curator and the ground staff. David Smith is at fine leg. There are 2 fine legs. One is round just behind the line of square, and he stays out there in the position of deep point for the right-hander David Bairstow. No ball called. Oh, must be out if he hits. Goodness me. Well, I suppose a lot of us have been waiting to see that happen. The charge down by the man at the non-striker's end to pretend that he's going for the second one. The only problem is the other runner doesn't realise he's only pretending. Jeff Humpeat's the man who threw down the stumps. Old is out, run out for 17. And that roar from Yorkshire supporters signals the 200 coming up. It's only 1 run, but it always looks so much better than 199. 41 to Bairstow now. Once again, showing his worth in these limited over games. Beautiful play.
Ball's gone there where I feared it might, down to the 3rd man boundary, which is not protected, and that's 4 to David Bairstow. 208 for 9 now. David Bairstow 48. Giving himself room. Hit it over backward point. Very safe stroke.
Safely away. It'll just beat Andy Lloyd. It's a brave way to get off the mark. Well fielded by Humpeat and well run by Bairstow. A bye. That over was a real bonus as far as Yorkshire were concerned. Well, it could have been so much worse for Yorkshire because they started off losing their first wicket at 6, then they were 2 for 11. They slumped to be 6 for 99, and at one stage it looked as though they'd be lucky to make 150. They got there in the end because of excellent partnerships between Carrick and Bairstow, 52, Old and Bairstow, 32, and then right at the death, Illingworth and Bairstow put on 18. So 217 for Warwickshire, and I bet their bowlers were pleased with everything that had gone on, particularly Anton Ferreira, who finished with 3 for 34 in 12 overs and 2 maidens. Willis wasn't at top pace today. He was obviously feeling the effects of that neck injury, but he still bowled well enough to have only 23 runs taken from 12 overs. And Kalachurran as the 5th volley used also turned in a fine performance. We pick up play now in the Warwickshire innings. It's the second ball of the 3rd over, just 4 runs on the board, and Chris Auld is the bowler, coming in to bowl to David Smith. And fine deflection. And 4 to David Smith. Very well bowled. It's not out, but it's very well bowled. Good placement. And that outfield is very, very fast on that side of the ground. 3 to Andy Lloyd. And even more. Take 4. It looked for a 5th. Richard Lum could hardly have made more of a hash of that. Good shot. Three more to Lloyd. That was the shot of a very, very confident player.
Andy Lloyd here getting onto that, turning it up about off the middle, placing it well on the onside where there's only 2 fielders in front of the bat, and picking up another 3 runs.
Left-hander Andy Lloyd, who's taking strike at the moment, has been man of the match in one of these NatWest matches already this summer, one against Glamorgan. And that's one of the reasons why. Good stroke player, nice time of the ball.
Andy Lloyd looking very confident. Half volley here. See the dust fly as the ball pitches and the bat comes through, and beautiful shot for 4 runs.
And that's the way to pass them by. Nicely played by David Smith. Wow, that was well timed. It appeared to put no effort into that at all. The left-hander, Andy Lloyd, Stevenson fielding. Well, that seemed to go quickly. I wonder what Fred Truman thinks.
He's played 1 or 2 good shots off his legs, Andy Lloyd. Looks very strong to me.
And again, half stopped. That's the 50 partnership between David Smith and Andy Lloyd. An excellent opening start for Warwickshire, chasing 217 to win. Fortune favouring the bowls. It was a positive strike by Andy Lloyd, the young left-hander. Not quite to the pitch of the ball, but it was a ringing middle of the bat.
I think Andy Lloyd made his mind up before ailing with bowl that he wasn't going to tie him down. He didn't get anywhere near the pitch of the ball. He swung, and he carried through with his shot. It was 4 runs.
Dropped him.
This was a very hard-struck ball by Lloyd. Railing with... actually didn't get his hands to it. It hit him somewhere on the wrist, came back quicker than he thought, and he's wringing his left hand there.
Cleanly struck. Interesting stroke that, because David Smith has played a lot of strokes through that mid-on gap along the ground, and this time decided to follow through. There was a man halfway back, and he took the chance of clearing him.
He's going out of deep square, but he's not going to be able to do anything about that. It's a splendid hit. 6.
Here you see David Smith picking up the line of the ball, picking it up cleanly as it runs down his leg stump, hits it clean as a whistle and over the rope at deep square leg.
First 6 of the match, and it produces field change with another man coming over the onside, and also Boycott to come around the wicket. Beautifully timed. He's hit some cracking shots, this young player. Perfect timing there, away past square leg, and this is suddenly an expensive over. That's a good opening partnership between these two young players, David Smith and Andy Lloyd. Each have made 47 in that 100 partnership. Close. Probably just outside off stump. And it's moments like this one where Yorkshire need to pick up just one wicket. Just one breakthrough is all they want. There's 50 for David Smith. Looks a good young player. The total goes on to 105 for North. Applause round the ground for Andy Lloyd, reaching his half-century. 25 years of age, David Smith's 26, and between them they've put on 106 for the opening stand here, with 217 needed for victory.
It's in the air, it's out. Neil Hartley, the catcher. And that brings to an end a fine innings by Andy Lloyd. Ran off the mark, in the air, caught, not off the mark at all. First ball, and Phil Carrick can't believe his luck. Yorkshire were so much up against it, and here is Carrick taking 2 wickets and 2 balls, and the catcher, need we introduce him, Geoffrey Boycott.
Dramatic turn to the game. Tony with those 2 wickets, Alvin Karacharan, of course, very much the Warwickshire star at the moment. He's had a marvellous season. And that is a blow to Warwickshire, losing out first ball.
Just minutes ago, they were sailing comfortably onwards. Marvellous opening partnership between Lloyd and Smith. Now it's changing. It's Amos at the crease. Well, not a great shot, and Yorkshire fielders racing after that one into the outfield where it's quite greasy and slippery. Richard Lunn retrieves it. Look at Dennis Amos. Dennis Amos has certainly injured a leg. Even behind the grill, you can see that he's in some discomfort and may well call for a runner. He had signalled a couple of balls earlier, and already a runner was padded up. So we are joined now by a third Warwickshire man in pads. That one's high in the air. Has someone picked it out? Well, they have. They picked it out from the crowd, all right. That's gone for 6.
Short delivery. Dennis Amos inside it, swinging. Warwickshire on their way to the final at Lords. They only need another 25 runs. They have 9 overs and 8 wickets to do it with. And a misfield there, and that is his 100. Misfield by the Yorkshire captain Ray Illingworth. And David Smith goes to his 100, and the crowd all standing up and applauding this fine innings by this youngster. And Dennis Amos and Andy Lloyd both shake hands with him and say, well played. It's a very good innings indeed.
That's a good hit. That's a lovely, clean hit. Second 6 from David Smith. He really gave that some clobber.
He moved into that, picked it up, went right through.
With Warwickshire only moments away from a top-class victory. Jeffrey Boycott has caught David Smith. Actually, it's a needless waste of a wicket. He could easily have been there at the death or the victory, but he won't mind too much because it was his partnership with Andy Lloyd and then his batting after that set Warwickshire on their way to a win. Jeffrey Boycott congratulates him. So too Graham Stevenson. A fine innings that from David Smith, and it's made quite certain that Warwickshire will be at Lords for the NatWest final early in September.
This was the end to a very fine innings by this young man, trying once again to hit it over the top, this time only finding Jeffrey Boycott, who made no mistake.
That's the winning hit. Dennis Amos has smashed it away behind square leg. Joy for Warwickshire there. 219 for 3 they've finished. Yorkshire 216, Warwickshire 219 for 3 with Amos 20 not out and Humpage 9 not out.
And here at Headingley, 3 years on, the 2 captains. Bob has been telling me, Ray, that you moaned all day because you lost the toss. That couldn't be true.
I'm afraid it was on that occasion, yes.